It's time to dad.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode
now.
of Time to Dad. Yeah, hey now. I feel like it's
Hey now.
my fault. It's been almost a goddamn month since we've released anything, and between Joe's new line of business and me being an absolute fucking idiot and not realizing till the day after we were supposed to record that we were supposed to record. Yeah, here we are, like a month later. But I digress. We're here with you tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're trying to make it work. All right. This is we don't make any money doing this. This is just something we do to get together and vent and talk about dad shit. So, if you're still out there and hung in there with us over the past month, I appreciate it. We still got some specialist episodes we're trying to line up. There's a lot of crap going on, but obviously real life takes precedence over our podcast, so I apologize for the long hiatus. But we're back, so thanks for being here. Anyways, let's kick off. We tend to miss mentioning holidays until they're past. So 4th of July is coming up, a big one, 250th anniversary. Got any big plans? Work. That's not fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going fixing up all the Terrys that didn't put it in reverse, that tried to blow their fingers off with the M80.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
Skerdone?
what it looks like.
Yeah, he got
It looks like
with or without the scooter stick now.
With or without a scooter stick.
Yeah, the lizards.
The whiz
Snakes
bang.
and sparklers.
No, it's in my favorite time of the year. So we go to the beach every year the same time. We try to be down there. We go down to North Carolina. We try to go down there the 4th of July every week. That's just kind of when we like to go down there. And we usually stay at a house pretty close to one of the piers that does fireworks. And it's super fun. The only thing that annoys me is like when I was a kid, we would do all the, I remember we lived in a cul-de-sac and everybody would get in the cul-de-sac and all the parents would light off the bowls like Jason just hit. All the parents would light off like the giant boxes of fucking sparklers and the crazy shit. And down where we stay, pretty much the entire North Carolina coast where we stay is some areas allow you to have fireworks that don't leave the ground. Other areas don't allow you to have shit. Like you can't even fucking wave sparklers around. So it kind of sucks that we haven't got to do something like that. I mean, I think one year we did sparklers with the kids down there, but we're at least on the beach having a good time at night, and they light off the big fucking fireworks from the piers, and the kids have a blast. So that's what we do.
Yeah, normally we just
light any fireworks off.
Massachusetts, get in trouble here. Don't do that.
You don't have like any big shows that you go to? Any big fireworks shows? Or now everybody's doing fucking drone shows because what?
Yeah, it's safer. They'll bring in the Boston Pops and have a bunch of shenanigans in the city.
What the hell's the Boston Pop?
Super. It's like it's a beautiful classical arrangement with a great. It's an orchestra.
Oh.
And they do the fireworks.
Oh, okay.
But they sit there outside. And they put them on. But it's in Boston, so it's very sanctioned. It's this isn't like setting off Husker Don'ts in your backyard or anything like that. So, but in New Hampshire, they're big on fireworks, for sure. But Boston, Massachusetts, they just kind of got tired of people like blowing their friend's hand off,
setting their neighbor's house on fire.
Just the insurance companies are a bummer out here. They're like, I don't want to pay for that. And then the state house is like, well, then we're going to change the law. It's all about money, and nobody wants to have any fun. Blow your hand off. Come on, 4th of July.
Yeah, I feel that.
But no, New Hampshire is big with fireworks.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, because it's legal there. You can go there to buy fireworks from Massachusetts.
You can't buy anything decent here in Virginia. So after I turned 18, we would drive down to the North Carolina, South Carolina border to this place called South of the Border. It's pretty much like it's like the biggest, it's the biggest fucking fireworks warehouse on the East Coast. And I mean, it's
like the biggest everything, but technically it's not the world's largest truck stop, which I find interesting.
Whatever.
And it's not the biggest. Yeah. It's like, it's the biggest stop, but it's not. But the biggest truck stop is on I-80. It like says world's largest truck stop or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, after I turned 18, we would drive down there and we would buy like the good shit, like the mortars and and then let's see, my buddy's dad had their church kind of owned this picnic area kind of out in the middle of nowhere where they had like church events and shit, and we would go out to this giant field and we'd pretty much try and shoot fucking mortars at each other across the field, and we'd use like the metal trash can lids as shields, and we'd do dumb shit like that, and we'd shoot Roman candles at each other, and that was the highlight of my life on 4th of July, was acting like a complete dipshit. I'm one of the people that probably you deal with a lot with stupid fireworks shenanigans.
Well, mind you, I'm still new at this, so hadn't done a whole lot.
Have you done it? You haven't done a 4th of July yet. This ought to be fun, right?
Yeah.
What are like the 3 biggest holidays for injuries? I feel like it's Thanksgiving for people that don't know how to use a fucking fryer, burning themselves.
I just had a brain moment. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, how is it? Like, I was like, is JT an immigrant from Texas? Like, does Texas not celebrate the 4th of July? You're like, it's his first 4th of July. I'm like, were they that pissed about like the Alamo? Like, they don't even celebrate the 4th of July. And I'm just like, thinking in my head. And then I realized you meant as this in this role. And I'm like, what do you mean it's his first 4th of July? He's from Texas. He's not from like Afghanistan.
Texans have like the softest gun law. They don't even need fireworks. They're out in their backyard launching real mortars,
celebrate the 4th
and grenade launchers and shit. Probably
Independence was at the Alamo, man. They fucking won. They should have their own state. You know what I mean?
Everything is bigger in Texas, so you're not making me get warm and fuzzies about Texas's 4th of July fireworks representation.
Well,
that's a dry place to light off fireworks, man. I don't know.
Shit happens. All right.
See, normally we just go to my dad's job right across, because they do the fireworks display at the zoo over here in the town that I live at. They got a pretty good sized little lake over there.
Blowing up the animals.
There's even a little train that goes over a bridge over the water that you can actually get on and watch the fireworks and that. So it's pretty cool. But we just go post up in the parking lot over at my dad's job so we can avoid people.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
that's why we go to the beach, because when people piss us off, we can just move our blanket 20 feet down the beach and we're all right. Very bad, dude.
You
guys know we're living in like another, like a space age now. You see this?
No, we're not.
I wouldn't mind. I don't normally do 911s. Where in my hometown, we normally just do transports from hospital to hospital or whatever. But since FIFA has started, I'm down here in Houston. Our company is contracting with Houston Fire Department, so I'm actually getting to work some 911s while I'm down here.
Nice.
I think I'd like to be here around July 4th, but I've got to work back home, so I won't be able to be here for it.
Nice. So it's a little more intense than what you got to do back home.
Oh yeah. Everything back home is just slow motion.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're already stable. Just being take him from one hospital to a doctor's appointment or to a nursing home, and maybe have to take him to a higher level of care in one of the bigger hospitals in Houston. So we do some long transfers, but I got to work down here not this past week, but the weekend before. Had my first code where we did CPR and some wild and out stuff, man. It's awesome.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Well, speaking, what did you have, Jason, before I flipped the topic? You had something you were going to say.
What? Oh, no, I was saying that we live in like a space age with, you remember Tang?
Yeah.
Like, you have like space food. I'm telling you, this stuff, and I just like started to, and I did my due diligence in terms of like asking the robots if it's legitimately does what all these commercials say it does.
The robots are lying.
The robots are lying to make me feel better about myself. I know, but that doesn't really have as much to do with asking them flat out if something is a food or not. But either way, like I was just this Huel shit. We heard of this?
Nope.
So this is literally, well, who knows? Isn't everything? But it's actually the only thing you have to consume. It's a full meal in a container. So one serving, there's people that...
so it's like a boost?
It's a full thing. It's just a one, literally. So it's 35 grams of, well, and the other one goes up to 40, but it's 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins, all essential 27 essential vitamins, minerals, 6 grams dietary fiber, slow release carbs to keep you more full, 161 science-backed health benefits to keep you on your game. And the one of the commercials I saw, 400
per serving or per bottle?
Per bottle. So, and it's a pretty good sized bottle.
I haven't heard of that.
And so,
I've seen it.
Well, it's a new, I don't know how new it is, but in fitness, people know about it. But there was a guy.
Did you buy it off
the reason
it?
No, I bought it at Target. But there was a guy on the commercial that said that he competed in like a triathlon or like an Ironman type of thing. And he's like one of the guys that is big into it, that wins a lot of events. He only consumes Huel. He doesn't eat anything else. And a lot of the people thought, because it was a new age, they're like, oh, you're not gonna be able to finish the race with doing that because you're not eating any proper, like real. I mean,
460 calories isn't a lot if we're talking about like
400. It's 400 calories, but yeah. But either way, and then you still got to do lots of.
What kind of sugars it got in it?
It's 29 carbs, but so sugar's decent. No, it's just.
I'm just curious how much of that is like sugar rush energy. Oh, that's not very high. 6 grams
of sugar, but it's all. But the guy said he's like, so I was convinced. He said he was convinced the guy was not going to finish the race because he wasn't eating real food. And he's like, he beat me by like an hour and a half. He fucking blew me away. Like, and all he does is eat that, which is a little crazy. I mean, I'm sure he's probably having more than 3 of them in a day if he's doing that kind of heavy training. And he might be doing creatine and other other powders and whatever else. But like,
he's got to be getting calories from. He'd be such a calorie deficit.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying he probably just consumes a lot of them, like a shitload of them. But either way, I mean, it doesn't seem to harm him in any way, like physically. I mean,
how much protein?
32.
This one's 35, but they make them as high as 40 in a different like version of it. But yeah,
I was going to say, dude, I ate some Bluebell ice cream that had more calories or more protein than that last night.
Yeah, I mean. But 35 to 40 for one meal.
Yeah, but ice cream's got a bunch of other shit in it that's not great for you. Depending on what ice cream you eat.
It was fucking scrumptious. Bluebell had like they're like, yeah, we're getting into the protein game. So
yeah, everybody is, dude. I don't know if you've eaten anything of the Kodiak brand, but they have like a high protein granola. They have a high protein pancake mix. They have a high protein. What was the other? There's something else. Oatmeal. It's pretty good.
I think the slow release carbs is a good call. I think that's probably the key.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
It's got to. I know, but that sounds like
I've never heard a carb as slow release.
It's like oats. I guess it's just like it's expansive, like, you know, it's just carbs that are gonna absorb liquid, right? At that point,
yeah,
like oats or so, like different types.
What's the consistency of it? It's like a milkshake.
It's like a power. It's like a like a protein shake with a little bit of the oats. Like you notice some oats or whatever.
Got a little chunkiness, a little texture to it.
A little bit of it's a little bit of a chunkier, but it's a similar consistency to a protein shake.
Keep refrigerated.
It's not bad. Other flavors. Probably after opening, but not pre.
Oh, well, that's
it was just sweet. On the shelf. Yeah, it was just on the shelf. Yeah,
nice. Well,
no, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
A big deal.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Pickle. Yeah, you guys didn't know that we've actually been sponsored this whole time. I just didn't give you any of the money. I just throw in a new item each episode.
I figured.
And I get paid for that.
You got the car beds in the background you probably got for free.
Sometimes it's the Silva Method. I'll just sell different products. Silva Method.
You just sneaking affiliate links in the comments. That's funny. No, I wanted to pivot to the World Cup because I don't care about soccer. I don't really. I know the general rules, but I don't follow it. I don't know who's good, who's shit. But what I thought was really interesting is I've been seeing a lot of posts from people that are not U.S. citizens that have traveled here specifically for the game that have basically come out and said, like, the world has been lying to us for like the past 10 years. Like, Americans don't hate every fucking country. It's actually pretty cool here. Everyone's nice. Everyone's inviting. Everyone's welcoming. I think that's a pretty cool thing about it. I didn't expect any different. Yeah, but nobody in their right mind expected any different. Regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, and all the shit that ends up hitting your feed, there's no American, I think, that expected it to go any differently. And I mean, we've hosted other large events that are kind of worldwide, and it's been the same thing. But it has been refreshing, and it's been refreshing to see these people from other countries come in and cheer on our team. And then obviously there's people, the U.S. is a melting pot, so there's people from the U.S. that are cheering on their home countries, and everybody's just getting along. And it is refreshing is a good way to put that. It's good to see that's kind of going on with this event, and that's the atmosphere around it. I don't know if you guys saw the videos of the Japanese, like literally cleaning the entire fucking stadium. They said that, Jason, they said the same thing about the Scotland fans that were up by Boston. They all got drunk as fuck in the park, but they picked up all their trash and they put it, they tried to, at least get it consolidated so the cleanup crews weren't just picking up, shit all over the place, which I thought was super awesome.
It was quite a treat, and for me, I have a good story about it. I went not to the World Cup, but there was a World Cup game the next day, and that day it just wasn't the Scotland game. So, but basically the city is just pumped with people from all, like it's every hotel is booked, like the city is full of people from everywhere for the World Cup. So I tried to do public transit like an idiot, and I try and it ended up working out okay, but I was going to the Red Sox game. Not the World Cup. So I'm going to Fenway. So I took the train.
They're having a rough season, aren't they?
They're horrendous. But this game, but again, it doesn't. The nice thing about Fenway, two things. The Red Sox were so not bad, but just perennial cursed losers for 86 years or whatever. So we're used to, and we enjoy the theater of a bad season as much as a good one, I guess, in a weird way. And we just like kind of like latch onto that and make fun of them and just expect them to fire everybody, which they usually do. So, nice. But there's some of that. And then we do win for, fairly, we're not a bad baseball. We win in the World Series every here and there. And, but usually we're completely like bad the rest of the time. Yeah. Just like sneaking a good season. But either way, the Fenway Park itself is the second oldest active ballpark in baseball to Wrigley, and it's also America's like favorite. It's literally like it's a national museum. You like to go there is like an event in itself. So all the Scottish people obviously filled it up for that game.
Oh,
so
yeah,
just full Scottish people.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that was funny, but the trains are just filled with Scottish people,
nice.
And and they're so nice, and they're just talking to everyone, like not like that normal Boston standoffish thing where you're like, kind of like side eyeing the crackhead
bro,
as you walk by, and it's like so you got and I mean the crackheads didn't really like back off from the Scottish. I mean, there was a fresh pee in the elevator that I used for the public transit system. So, I mean, the homeless did their thing and the Scottish did their thing and the crackheads. And it was really just a lively park day because we walked across. I did like the right type of experience with Boston in that I took the train and then we walked across the park to Beacon Street where Cheers is, and of course all the Scottish people wanted to go to Cheers because it's
I'm sure that place was wild.
Maybe the biggest American sitcom like ever, or whatever, just depending how you want it. But people from Scotland are drinkers so they know about Cheers. They know that show. It's funny, it's a worldwide thing, but it's obviously like what Boston's known for because it was The Outside was filmed there. But so that was busy. So they were ordering all like the people at Cheers. They're like, what, so I'm up, and that was cool because I was upstairs where they have like a replica of the bar because the actual bar, if you go down, doesn't look like the show at all.
Yeah.
There's just not enough room.
I went there as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. I just remember going there when we traveled up that way with some neighbors that were from the Boston area.
Yep. Yep. But the Scottish people were great because they were clearly just inebriated and singing and dancing in the streets and just happy to be there and like singing national songs and just very excited to be in Boston. And Boston was, Boston's pretty much at this point in society, like it's just a bunch of rich people trying to get to their job or like college kids or whatever. Like you can't even be there without, nobody can afford to live there. So it's like the Scottish people are just having a ball,
Yeah.
So that was, they enjoyed themselves. And Boston made a lot of money, I'm sure, off all those bars and all that beer and everything else. So it's good for them,
So the stories of like all of Boston running dry because of them are plausible.
It's plausible, but I doubt it. I mean, I'm sure there's.
I heard something about needing emergency beer deliveries and.
Yeah, hey.
The rabbit hole runs deep, man. I'm starting to believe it.
I'm making delivery for about $5,000.
Yeah.
Hey, they can afford it. I'm okay with that.
I went. So there's this.
If you're making that much money, the markup on the beginning, like you can afford the special delivery.
There's when I used to climb regularly, there's this event at the New River Gorge in West Virginia. It's called the New River Rendezvous, and they do it about the same time every year. It's been the same campground as far as I know forever. And it's a week-long event, and you just camp in a giant fucking field. But there's climbing shit all day long. There's climbing all around the park. And then usually they would do like one night it was like free local domestics because you pay a fee to camp and be at the event, right? So it was kind of all inclusive. It didn't include food and shit like that. But usually every night there was some kind of, like, one night was Red Bull and vodkas, one night was like beers from a local brewery or whatever. But the Red Bull and vodka night, they like ran out within like 15 fucking minutes, and it became like this whole thing to where they were like bringing in emergency deliveries of beers and drinks to try and like make up for it. And sorry, I'm tangent, but it made it jogged my memory, and that was fun. If you've ever been 3 sheets to the wind and trying to find your way back to your tent in a field full of probably, I don't know, 5 to 6,000 tents, that was,
oh my,
yeah. All while not tripping over all the,
I was gonna say,
all the staked out tent ropes, dude.
Man, how many tents did you physically fall onto and into?
So I didn't fall on any. I definitely tripped over a few tent pegs. The most annoying part was, I mean, we still partied, but we wanted to climb hard too. So we'd usually be in bed by about midnight at the latest, and it would be like 3 a.m. and you'd hear somebody fucking with the zipper on your tent. And it was usually some drunk person thinking they were back at the right tent and they weren't. And you'd have to be like, no, like, fuck off. This isn't your tent. And you felt terrible for them because you're not about to go like help them find their tent in this sea of fucking tents. I only did that once, by the way. And it was for the experience. I experienced it and I can't imagine doing it again.
I wonder if you could just embroider on the door, "This is not your tent, bro." Like, because if it is your tent, you know that. You know it's your tent and it helps you. But for everybody else, it's like, oh, that's not my tent.
With today's technology, if I had to do it again, I think I'd probably put like a fucking air tag in my tent or some shit.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that back then. We were still on like the Nokia push the one button 5 times to enter the letter C or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
I think about how, like, shows and movies back in the day, like, a lot of plot lines just wrote themselves because they didn't have cell phones and location devices and all that. You know, I feel like without that, those, they'd have to do a lot more digging into the plot line because it just writes itself, like, okay, lost in New York or whatever, like, just fucking cell phone, dude, like, get the kid, just call your parents on the cell phone, like, you're
no GPS,
it's like, all right, like, call the cops.
No Life 360.
Like, kid's probably got a GPS on him already, like, whatever, like,
Home Alone, they never would have made it to the fucking airport without their kid if cell phones had been around.
There you go.
Boom.
So, and then all like the, stranded on the side of the road episodes of sitcoms, different things. Like, although I still say that's very plausible because
could have a dead cell phone with no charger.
Dude, there's no, and even if it's a live service anywhere, Verizon sucks now. Like, I don't know what they did, who they stopped, like, filleting, with the big, like, within the tower community, but man, they suck. Like, they have like one bar everywhere you go. When I was working, and I guess that's a spoiler I want to save for Joe when he comes back in. But at one of the dealerships I worked at, there was no service at all. So like, and you literally just had to use Wi-Fi for everything.
So nobody could price shop you.
No, they just had to do it on the Wi-Fi, which, if you're smart, if you got a good IT
give them the password.
Well, they would give them the password. There's no password. But I mean, otherwise people aren't gonna like come into the dealership. They just can't use their phone.
Why do you need a cell phone like that at the dealership? What do people do?
Because you're waiting in service for like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's when I say, fuck you. You're taking too long. I'm going to go down the street.
And then start over.
Yeah, man.
2 weeks when they can take you in.
Eventually, like, somebody will take it serious.
if you're doing service on the car,
well, that's your own fucking fault. You got to plan ahead and get a Uber to work or get the hell out of there somehow.
Oh, they will lie to you. They don't care. They'll just be like, yeah, it should be like 45 minutes.
Well, that's like also why I don't get my shit
4 hours
at the dealer.
4 hours later, you're still like, you're sleeping in the chair. Like, well, we found something else. So,
we got a fresh pot of coffee, but it's going to cost you an extra $800.
Yeah. So no, that's different. But yeah, that's a different story.
Yo, this mom and pop shop. I had my state inspection done. I'd been looking for a new shop because the older man that had run the family shop I've been taking cars to since I was old enough to drive passed away. His daughter's now running it. And it's just not the same shop. It's 100% for profit now. They don't give a fuck about anybody that's been going there forever. So anyway, we wanted to find a new shop, and a bunch of people locally suggested this shop I go to. Now, let me tell you, I've known my motor mounts were fucking leaking on my Durango for like the past 4 inspections. No one's ever batted an eyelash at it. But this fucking shop, and it's like a $1,200 job to have it done in a shop because they're going to charge me book time, which says they have to lift the engine with this special hoist. And no, fucking dude man got under there with a fucking jack on my oil pan, popped it up and replaced the mounts in 2 hours. But they wanted to charge me for like 12 hours of fucking labor. And I know it didn't take them 12 hours because she said they're starting now at 10 a.m. and they call me at 12 in the afternoon to come pick my shit up, right? So needless to say, I was like, well, I'm not fucking going back there. Never been busted on a state inspection. Like you're hunting for shit to make money if you find a leaky fucking motor mount for a state inspection here. All right, I'm done ranting. Carry on.
I bet they put the chains on and like hooked the hoist and just took a picture just in case you like.
They didn't even do that. I know exactly how they did it because I knew it needed to be done and was going to do it myself. It just so happened I couldn't get to it before the state inspection was done.
Can't you drive with
yeah, for 30 days. But honestly, I'm at the point where, I have a little bit of savings in life. I'm an adult. And I was like, do I want to do this job? No, just fucking do it. So it sucked. But to further piss me off, there are these heat shields because the motor mounts are fluid filled. And there are these heat shields that the factory puts on there. And people argue all day like, oh, that's just engineers over. No, it's not. They're fucking there to protect these fucking motor mounts that cost $1,200 to replace. And so like any responsible car owner should do, I fucking go and look over my car after I get home, and there's like 2 or 3 bolts missing on shit. I got hoses just flapping around that shouldn't be, and I notice the heat shields are missing. And I call them back, and they're like pitching me like, oh, it's not really a big deal. And I was like, yeah, really it fucking is, because it's keeping me from having to spend another $1,200 a month down the road when these fucking motor mounts melt. And to further piss me off, I thought it was overpriced to begin with. So I called the dealership. Dealership was like $800. So now I'm at a mom and pop garage getting charged almost twice what a dealership would have charged me. And they're not even installing my shit right. And so I go back up there and I was like, if you're gonna charge dealership level pricing, you should probably provide dealership level quality. And they didn't really care. So needless to say, I will not take my shit back there. The end.
Yeah, the dealership that I take mine to,
they what?
I do great work. They do great work at the dealership here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This place is charging more than a fucking dealership, and they did it like Bob's Backyard Repair. Like they didn't even do the job right.
That's
well, a dealership is only as strong as the service department. Because the service department sucks and there's all kinds of turnover and they can't keep good people there.
Yeah.
Then the whole dealership had reputation. People don't buy cars. People don't fix cars.
Yeah.
Dealership is 100%. The foundation of it is how good is your service department.
Yeah.
So that's actually what you're saying is true. There are a lot of dealerships that have a bad reputation in service and they don't have good technicians, which is what makes it a shitty dealership. But I wouldn't say in general that dealerships do a shitty job. I'm saying dealerships
do a good job.
Like he's saying,
and they're typically better
for what they charge.
Yeah, and they're typically better at rectifying something if something should go wrong or be done incorrectly.
They're certified, especially if it's that brand, because they're certified for just that brand.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was saying this mom and pop shop is charging over dealership pricing for jobs, but doing a half-assed job with no accountability other than, we didn't put the heat shields back on because they stuck to the old motor mounts. I was like, okay, well, did you think maybe you should call somebody and maybe say, hey, we can't get these off. Do you mind spending $5 a heat shield? In which I would have been like, sure. But I ended up bitching and they redid it and put the heat shields in and I didn't have to pay anything, but it was still fucked up. Fucked up.
Well,
all I got to say about that.
I got a solution. Next time is don't get a Dodge Durango. You won't have this problem.
Dude, this car, knock on wood, has been, despite people talking shit about Dodge, it's been a reliable vehicle.
Well, even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Hey, you know what?
Sometimes
I'm not going back to Mazda after the issues my wife and I both had with our Mazdas.
I don't like Mazda.
We are still looking for that Tundra. So when you can, can slip one under the rug for me for like a cool 35 grand.
I
should have bought that 1974 edition one you pitched me.
But
I have not come across another deal even close to that one.
I know. No, I was blowing out. We were blowing those out because we had two, and that was the biggest dealer in New England. So that was a really good deal.
Yeah.
Plus, they weren't as pissed at me because I wasn't taking advantage of that yet enough. So at a certain point, I started to really like everyone's friends and family and like blow out the trucks more than I started blowing out other models that they didn't have as many as the trucks, and they didn't like that. They're like, you can't be blowing out a hybrid Corolla like it's a fucking truck that we have.
The fuck I can't hold my beer.
So that's probably why Toyota wasn't a good fit for me, but that's okay.
What are you selling now?
I mean, I'd say.
Or anything.
I'm selling
car
sleep.
bed?
I'm out. I pieced out of the car game. I am training for my next venture.
Is it fire alarm?
I am. No, it's fucking fire.
Come on,
alarm.
man! I thought you were an expert at that.
I was not, but fire alarm had no structure. Fire alarm.
Yeah.
No, I will. I'm gonna save it because I've talked to Joe about it, but privately, I slid in Joe's DMs about my next career move. So I'm gonna wait.
Opening a branch for Joe up there
for the big reveal. The Pixie Dust Incorporated reveal. But,
I knew it.
He believes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
No, it's not.
The dark side.
It's not.
The trading crypto.
I will be. I could be at a certain point in my career. I could be certified to tell people what to do with their pixie dust, but that's not directly what I'd be selling. I'm still just taking.
You're just taking pixie dust
for a different type of service.
Oh.
It's taking it, putting a portion of it in my pocket. I mean, it's the same theory.
Okay, cool.
But
cool.
Zig Ziglar used to say you could have anything you want in the whole world if you help enough other people get what they want that have money. So you could take their money. That's it.
I want $1 million. Just $1 million. No more. No less.
Okay. Well, you could pay a financial brokerage to get you there.
Okay.
And
great.
that's the same thing. And I'll take a cut off of that.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
There you go.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pivotal episode.
I don't know, whatever they'd say.
Well, whenever Joe's done opening new businesses and taking vacation to foreign lands, we'll get him back on here because now I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for Joe. Didn't even want to talk about it, but we had to. Cars are important. Cars are important. Cars break down, especially when they're Dodge Durangos. So,
is there like a Crosby Incorporated dealership coming?
No more cars. I want to see my kids. I always told myself I don't want to do cars when my kids are, like 6, 7 and they're playing sports.
6, 7.
No, so my oldest is 4. He'll definitely be able to play soccer soon enough. Like I need to have Saturday availability.
Yeah, you gotta be off.
And so I couldn't
I don't know what the fuck I would do if I didn't have
cars.
weekends off. That'd be rough.
So that I'm gonna lose so I'll have some work. I'll have some work from home hybrid options too. So it'd be more like
work from home
fire job. Yeah, no, it'd be more like the fire job, but I'll tease it. I'm selling. It's not a bit. It's not business to business.
Is OnlyFans involved?
No,
not yet.
But if you have any numbers of employees of OnlyFans, they may not know what to do with their pixie dust. I could probably advise them. Yes, I could sell them some products to help them with their wealth.
Are you selling weed now?
Yeah, but just until I start the new job.
Just to God, why can't I remember his name? What's dude man's name that joined us from Burger King? Dale.
Oh, Dale and
Dale's
Dale and I. Yeah, Dale likes drugs that grow, but more of like a fungal.
Okay. The psychedelics.
Yes, and actually, those are very in vogue around here with the nootropics and the coffee and the gummy like mushroom stuff.
Mushroom coffee.
Reishi and Chaga.
I tried that shit.
Lion's Mane.
It didn't do shit.
It's very much like CBD, and you have to be a botanist to really even think about these things. But the problem with CBD is that a lot of times you're utilizing a cheap CBD, or it's mostly CBD.
Yeah, it's not full
seeds.
spectrum.
Right. It's the seeds. It's not the oil. It's a different form of the CBD. It's kind of like that with the mushrooms in the opposite way, where if the mushrooms are too old, they lose their potency. So you need a fresher batch, whatever the product is. You need like more of a farm to table approach in a weird way. So It's almost like, so to me, well, it's hard because it's really got to like, well, at least not necessarily the psychedelic ones. Those seem to hold their potency for a hot minute. But like Reishi and Chaga and like the stuff that's good for your brain and stuff that's not, awesome for your brain are the ones that like they go bad if you really, especially if you grind them up and get them all dry and stuff, like mix them into other stuff. So I think that's the problem with a lot of this crap that doesn't work. Like you could be buying mushroom coffee powder that's
what I bought.
Like
it was the Rise brand.
It's useless. It just tastes
it was just the like coffee, and it wasn't supposed to be a psychedelic. It was just supposed to be healthier. And I didn't feel any healthier.
No, and had no caffeine effect. It was not good. It just didn't.
Yeah, I actually felt more sluggish. Yeah,
right, because you were used to a level of caffeine, for natural caffeine from
too
coffee.
Much caffeine. Fuck
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm getting tired. It's been a long past couple of weeks.
I got a good garbage.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that. Good thing you're what? Hour behind us?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
I still gotta wait a bit.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It sounds like Jason and Joe may have some fun news for us on the horizon, but that's TBD. But thanks for hanging out with us. Like I said, Joe's got a lot of stuff going on with his business, and he's traveling right now. And he had actually lined up the next couple of specialists. So hopefully, we can get those episodes to you guys soon, and we can get on back on track with our recording every other week and bring you guys some more content. But as always, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like and subscribe, join the Facebook group, and we'll catch you on the next episode. See you.
Well, yeah, I want. Oh, yeah. Can I?
Yep. I almost hit stop recording, but it's still going.
I did this last time. I want to do. Can I do my poem outro again?
Okay, is it mushroom related?
No, this is a tribute. This is for the 4th of July. This is for America's 200.
Fire away.
I love my son. We drive by the cranes with the
flag.
The flag, and I'm like, happy birthday, America. He loves it. They're kids. So, Time to Dad 250 years is the name of this one. 250 years ago, a generation chose courage over comfort and built a nation on the belief that tomorrow could be better than today. As dads, we inherit the same responsibility, not with grand speeches or historic battles, but in the everyday moments, teaching kindness, keeping our word, showing our kids what integrity looks like. America's future won't be shaped only by leaders. It'll be shaped by parents raising children who value freedom, responsibility, and one another. Happy 250th birthday, America. This is Time to Dad. Because the greatest legacy we leave isn't what we build, it's who we raise. Boom.
Nice. See ya.